and welcome to Manga Palate, where Pasticia Luna, and my co-host here
Manga Chef Isaiah.
watch or read a thing or, whatever, and then talk about it. Generally, we stick to manga and anime, but who knows? I'm actually considering something very, very different for next week. We'll see. We'll see. So, Manga Chef Isaiah, this week you got to choose. Since we already fucked up once, and last week was not 26, it's 25. Fuck it.
No, that was part two,
Yeah,
right?
that's 25 part 2. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck you. I get to decide what number we're on. We're the one who make the show. You can't tell me I was wrong.
Yeah.
More importantly, what are we doing this week?
This week we're doing Shomin sample.
Yeah. I'm glad we're just gonna say the short thing, because it's like a sentence and a half. I don't feel like saying the whole thing.
Does anyone say the whole thing? I don't think so.
Well, that's why people say show me sample.
Yeah.
They don't say the whole thing, because otherwise. You know what's funny about Show Me Sample? Show Me Sample was a light novel, right?
Mhm.
So there was a light novel, and there was a manga, and then the manga became an anime, and then they had drama CDs in between, right? Okay, so Show Me Sample came up during that period where light novels had 3 paragraph long titles.
Oh.
And it's kind of funny to me that that was a thing. You know?
Mhm.
Do you remember that period where every light novel had a title that was a sentence and a half?
Yeah, I
It was
remember.
when I was reincarnated into this other world, but also I was a slime. And it's wow, that's a whole thing. Or it doesn't really matter whether or not that you love each other whether or not you are siblings, because the fact of the matter is that you love each other. And there were 2 things that were kind of just that name. Oh man.
Was that 3 years ago?
No, it was longer ago. It was 2011 to 2015. The thing is, they've recently all started getting adapted. But that was a period of time where every fucking light novel had a title that was a sentence and a half. Sayakano's thing is something to the effect of I'm trying to make this girl interesting because she's boring, and I'll do that by way of what the fuck even is it? It's this girl is boring, but I'm going to make her interesting with my art. I think it's something like that. But fuck all that noise, Sayakano. I'm not gonna say that whole thing. Remember we watched those anime where the girl wants to do something with her brother, and each of them had a title that was fucking a sentence and a half?
Yeah.
There's 3 of those shows. Then there's Oreimo, where I forgot what the whole title was, cause I just say Oreimo at this point when I'm talking about it. That was a period of time. When what is it? Ora no emota ga kona ni kawaii wake ga nai? Is that it? My sister isn't.
Is that the one
sister-
self-producer?
here? No, that's the other one. And that's what I mean by remember that there was a time when manga and stupid light novels just had hour-long titles.
Yeah.
So Shomin Sample came up in that time, and it only recently finished its anime, its manga. Because the light novel ran from November 11th, 2011 to July 20th of 2016, and then they immediately started a manga thing after a year of the novel, and then that just finished recently. And the show was in 2015, when it was already pretty big. So, there are, I guess you could say, 5 principal characters,
Mhm.
right? There's the 4 girls, and then Kimito. And then I'll just mention 2 more, just because they're interesting. So there's Kimito Kagurazaka, who was voiced by Atsushi Tamaru, who was on Meganebu, and Granite on Jewel Pet. He has not done a lot,
I
in
feel
general.
most of the cast hasn't done too much.
Oh, fuck you. Saori Onishi was on a lot. Yumi Hara was on a lot. But like I said, we'll get to that. But yeah, Megane is mostly for me, because I don't think anyone else watched that show. That show was dumb and really, really homoerotic at times. But it was great for me. It was my kind of thing. It was just idiots hanging out. And then there's Aika Tenkubashi, who was voiced by Yu Serizawa. Who, I said, we've talked about that person before. You remember why?
Nope.
She was Shiragami on fucking shit. Oh crap! Now the name is gone. Yoko Shiragami Jitsu wa Watashi wa
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Vampire.
Yeah.
He's also Iroha on 3D Kanojo, which, by the way, that got 2 seasons. I'm so happy for 3D Kanojo. I'm glad. I feel like it's the kind of show that deserved 3 seasons. It was fun. And then there's Deiko Arisugawa. And Deiko Arisugawa is voiced by Rika Tachibana, who was on Kimono Friends as the dog. Which, I mean, Kimono Friends continues to be a thing I wish I could get into. It's just so boring. Why can't I like you, Kimono Friends? Why? Like, they're just walking around and hanging out, and I'm like, this is cute. I should like this. But I don't, because it's not even, like, fun to me.
It's just...
makes me sad.
It's everything you want in an anime.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not even a bad looking 3D thing. It's an okay looking 3D thing, like Seiha Girls. But like, it's just not entertaining enough for me to continue with it, which is a bummer because it's like mostly cute animal girls, and I'm like, this should be awesome. I should be super in on this, but I'm so not. Like, I tried watching an episode, mind you, fucking stupid fucking Kimono Friends is like one of those shows that's like 3 seconds long. You know what I mean? It's like Fujimasu.
Yeah.
Where it's like wicked short, and I'm like, I should be able to just consume this. But I can't. I just can't be bothered. I just can't. And I like the look, and I like the designs, and I like a bunch of the shit. I just don't care. And it makes me sad.
It's like a York peppermint candy.
It's like Dagashi Kashi, exactly. But yeah, Kimono Friends. And then there's Hakua Shiodome, who's voiced by Yuki, what is it? Kawahara? I know she was on Sentai no Yami. I know she's the lead girl in that Dragon Maid show. And she was on ReZero. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Rika Tachibana was Saya Kobayakawa, who was on Cinderella Girls, Idolmaster. Gotta get that in there. Gotta get that in there when I can.
Oh, he's got an Idolmaster.
Gotta get an Idolmaster in there. By the way, Sae is like a girl who speaks with an old Kyoto accent. So like working with the fancy rich girl, that's okay. That works. And yeah, Yuki Kuwahara. It was on Sentai no Yami and Dragon Maid as Toru and ReZero. I don't know what. I just know she was on that show. Karen Jinryo. My favorite. Shitose Morinaga. He was on New Game and Unhappy and the Wari no Seraph, which I feel like people really like Wari no Seraph, if only because I've never heard anyone say it sucked. It's a fight thing, from my understanding, so I didn't really look into it. But like I said, I feel like people liked it. I see merch for it and shit. So I imagine people.
Is that the freezing thing?
No. What? Freezing? It's a vampire thing. I think. I'm like 90% sure it's a vampire thing. It's nothing to do with a guy. It's like, okay, so it's like viruses, and then there's like only people, like, it's like kids under 13 are still alive because they're not affected by the virus. And then vampires show up, and then there's one guy's like, I'm gonna kill the vampires because they killed my family. Like, that's what I heard it was. And I'm pretty sure it's a fight thing based on the way they described it. As like him going around killing vampires. It's not Vampire Hunter D. It's way different than that. But yeah. So no, it's not freezing at all. Freezing is like witches and magic, I think. I'm not sure.
I remember one of the voice actors was on freezing, vibration or something.
Oh, that's the second season. But yes, freezing is another fight thing, but with like women. No, different thing. Then there's Miyuki Kujo, who was voiced by Saori Onishi, And this is why I said, fuck you, what do you mean she hasn't worked? Saori Konishi was on Denpa Kyoshi, she's on Saikano as Eddie. She's Doppel from Monmusu, and she's the Tasmanian Devil from fucking Killing Bites. So see?
Okay, that's one person.
Yeah, but you said everyone here.
I said most.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Also, Yumi Hara is here as Eddie Hana. And Yumi Hara is great. She's Shikimi. She was on Log Horizon. She's on Overlord, that TV show I still didn't watch. And she's also Takane Shijo. Yay, more Idol Master. And I really love Shikimi. I'm not gonna hide that. Love her a lot. Also, then if you're a real guy, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I'm saying that like not as a positive thing, but as a statement. She was in Criminal Girls as Tomoe Harukawa. I am not going to tell you what she looks like. Because you should know. And if you don't know, look it up. Because I'm not fucking going into that. Not going to touch that. Not till we're like at an episode 100 and we don't care anymore.
Oh, we're just like the best friends at that point.
You were just like the best friends at that point.
They're playing Psychonauts.
They're playing Psychonauts for 3 episodes. I am so mad. How dare you? You're not going to finish that game in 3 episodes. This is one of those short preview things that you do. Fuck you guys. That game is awesome.
I think Liam might play it. Oh, Liam already played it.
Liam did play it. That was forever ago. But they're not, because they're cowards. Just like they're not going to play Devil May Cry 2. Remember, it went 1, right to 3, right to 4. Because they're cowards. But that's its own thing.
They touched it.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't really.
They just
that
kept
was for a
shooting
bit.
guy. Like,
that was
pretty
for
much
a
it.
bit. That was for a bit, Isaiah. They didn't actually play it. Going into the game for 15 minutes is not actually playing the game. And I knew they weren't going to. Which is why when I said episode 1, I was like, fuck you, no you're not. And then it's like 15 minutes and then it jumps right to 3, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But they're cowards. They play horrible jank, broken shit like Murdered Soul Suspect. But yeah, no, Devil May Cry 2 is too bad. Cowards. But that's its own thing. Yeah, okay. So, do you want to tell them what Shomin Sample's about before we end up spending an hour talking about the best friends?
Sure. Alright, it's pretty simple. Guy,
Is it?
as far as, like, concise points, yeah.
Oh, it's concise, yeah, but I don't know if it's a simple thing, because it's really fucking dumb.
So, guy gets a invitation to join. No, he was kind of just forced.
He's kidnapped.
He was kidnapped.
Let's not mince words. He's kidnapped. He's actively kidnapped.
He is kidnapped.
They throw him in a van and just drive him somewhere.
They were like all up on him.
Oh yeah, there's 2 large muscular men who were covered in oil, just all up on him.
Never forget that.
What?
Alright.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk about the opening. Let's go. Come on.
And then he gets drive to a rich girl school.
Correct.
And they don't have any idea what like the outside world is like for like
Correct.
normal people.
Correct.
And he's like the most normal guy.
Which
And-
I'm not sure if that's a compliment, is it?
Yeah.
That feels weird. But like someone had pulled you over like, you are the most basic of human beings. Get in. Like that's not great.
But they really like him, so
I'm feeling they've
that is
never
really-
met a man before.
what'd you say?
They've literally never met a man before.
Oh yeah, that's also true. They say later on that they just come to the school to pick up wives. So
Well, yeah. Because it's the all-girls school for the rich fancy girls. So they're all sheltered and super nice. But yeah, then they go like, hey, you're here to help them get accustomed to regular people. He's like, okay. Also, fun stipulation, they put him in the car with the big greased up muscle dudes because they thought he was gay. And they're like, that's why you can stay, because then you're not gonna attack the girls, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he goes like, I'm not gay. And they go like, you're not gay? Well, guess we'll have to castrate you. And he goes, what? No, I'm super gay. I love muscles. I want to be buried between the what is it he says? Like, literally, he says something like, I want to be held between the firm, muscular ass cheeks of a bodybuilder. And then she goes like, okay, cool.
Something like that.
It's like really, really out there. And it's like,
I think
okay,
it was the
cool.
biceps.
No, I remember it being about muscle butts, and I was like, that's weird. But I guess that's how you're digging your ditch, huh? If you're gonna have to bury yourself hard, I guess. Like, don't use a shovel, use one of those fucking, like, industrial scoops that they have, like, with tractors.
The dirt.
Yeah.
Pickup things.
You know what I'm talking about. Fuck if I know what it's called. But, yep. That's that. And, yeah, so he's just hanging out with the girls. Teaching them how to be normal people. Because what happens is when they leave the school and they don't know shit about the regular world, they end up fucking broken neats. Which is, I feel, the worst possible way for anyone to have to live their life. Dirty neats. The only way you could be worse... the only way you could be worse is if you're also a Chunibyo. Then you deserve to be, like, mercifully shot in the head. Which I know sounds extreme, but those people are awful and they deserve it. And I want to be I want to die on this hill. Just so we're all clear.
Just mercifully kill the
I'll
Chinigyo.
die on this hill.
Okay.
Because they're a drain to society and a drain to you and the individual. And combine that with deep, they don't even work. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Not going to school, not working, not nothing. No. It is out of respect for society and what life should even be. But yeah, not a great time for the girls at the school.
That was the hardest tangent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the same as my stance of like s'mores Pop-Tarts are the only right Pop-Tarts, don't at me. It's the same stance. Chunibyo are a drain to society. I used to love when like you would see like shit on TV this is probably a very specific Japanese thing, but they would go like subcultures like otaku and idol fans are degenerates who like ruin this country, and I was just thinking to myself, if this was about Chunibyo, I'd agree. I'd be standing there with one of those signs, going, these goddamn Chunis don't deserve to be part of polite society. It offends me. I feel that is degenerating our society. That guy who wants to like do horribly disgusting things to a pillow that he cut a hole into. You know what? I don't care. At least he has a job to buy his sick stuff. What's the Chuni doing? Nothing. They're like what's the word? I can't remember the word. Fuck it. You know what I mean. This is my stance. They're sick. They're freaks. Oh god, that's a very specific joke now that I say that out loud. I thought about that for a second. I was like, yeah, let's go to that one. And only now do I realize, shit, only our circle of friends would actually get what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, to be fair, some of our friends do listen to this, so that works out.
So if they're listening, they get it.
They get it. If you're listening, you get it. We're not done, though. Just so you know.
Episode's over.
I'd love it if we didn't actually talk about anything or the food, just cut it here. Yeah, if you're listening, you get it. Exterminate the Chunibyo. Click.
That's what this real show's about.
Yeah. Don't even fucking care about the rest of the thing we're supposed to be doing. Oh, man. Oh, fuck, that's great. It would sound like an Alex Jones rant, where you start somewhere and then you end up 3 miles away doing goofy voices about Satan, and then it's like, so what were we talking about? Yeah, people not eating pizza at school anymore. It's just fucking insane. Anywho, another drastic tangent. Fantastic. Uh,
So yeah, he hangs out with the girls.
he's helping out girls.
He can't date any of them or anything, or else they'll
Well,
castrate him.
if there's a second they think he's straight, they like me. Fucking Cujo, the maid, just comes in with giant shears and says, "Hey, do I have to do something about this?" And he's like, "No, not at all."
Well, I guess he does go on date with them.
He
Actually,
hangs
everyone in
out
the
with
school
them.
kind of.
I don't really know if they go on dates. Because dates imply that it's given with the intention to like be in a relationship. I don't know if he thinks that at all.
Oh,
You know,
no, I
like
don't
a
think
date.
so.
Yeah, a date to me implies that they're both like, this is my chance to pursue this person as a romantic partner. Versus like him, it's just like, hey, what's up? And the girl's like, oh, he's talking to me, and he's like, cool. What are we doing today? That's kind of it. If anything, I'm surprised they just sit in his room all the goddamn time.
They're actually seeing what it's like to live in a normal person's room, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I do like that they recreated his room perfectly.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, he's like, man, that's such a cool, fancy school. I wonder what the room is gonna be. Oh, it's just my room. And you go like, yep. We thought it would be, make sure you're comfortable. If, you sit here in what is essentially just your room. He's like, yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. Whatever.
And he takes off the thigh pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Because man, does he like thighs.
Oh yeah, well that's his thing. As much as he says he's like gay so he doesn't get murdered, he's really, really, really into women's thighs. Really, really, really into it. A lot of times he just goes on about thighs. Which is kind of funny and also kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's like, haha, but then there's times where it's like, Jesus Christ, dude, I'm glad you're like keeping this in your head. Because otherwise, they would feel the need to castrate you with the way you're talking about things.
Every time he talks to Karen,
Oh yeah.
it's just
Oh god. Although I do love her a lot. She is funny as shit. It's not everything about her going like, I'm gonna teach me your weaknesses so I can kill you. And he goes, why would I do that? And she goes like, fuck you then. I see how it is. Just like, it's so stupid. I fucking love that. Like, tell me when it would be most opportune to stab you in the throat. Why would I tell you that? Okay. Be like that then. So dumb. It's great.
she's like a tsundere,
Sort of.
but she's
Yeah.
really bad at it.
I was gonna say, usually with tsunderes, it's like they're try really hard to hide their feelings, but like sometimes she just wears it on her sleeve, or her short shorts, as it were. Given that she just puts them on sometimes, because like he really
she
likes
wants him to
this.
see him like that or anything.
Like oh man, he really digs this. He never shuts up about her being beautiful. And then she was like, well, I mean, then I guess I have to, if you're gonna be like that. And it's like, okay, cool. That's where we're going with this. Man, I also, I mean, it's mostly just them hanging out, right? There's no like real specifics we have to get into unless we want to, which is what I want to start doing now. I really love the Street Fighter thing.
Street Fighter thing.
Yeah, that when they're playing that arcade game that's not Street Fighter, but it's all the characters from Street Fighter as women, and they all do fancy woman things, like Ryu does like classical dance with a fan, and then like he just does regular combos. He's like, okay, light, medium, quarterback, and then like DP, and then it like shows her doing dumb like weird traditional dance moves, and he goes like, I don't get it. Why isn't she hitting her? But then she watches the health goes down, and then goes like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they goes like, "Oh man, she's doing the swan." Blah 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 blah. And they go like, "Wow, that's so amazing." And he goes, okay, fine." And then like another girl picks Ken, but like Ken's like a little girl who's a ballerina. And he was like, okay. And then he's like, how do I? And then Aika goes like, this is what you gotta do. And she sits down and takes the fucking stick and starts rolling stuff out. And they're like, wow, she's doing a jeté. Oh, wow, arabesque. And they start like fucking throwing out ballerina terms. And then you watch his health go down. And he was like, oh, well, I guess I gotta step my game up. And I'm amazed at the fucking like revenge super that would probably be something like, I don't know, that kick move that he does, the one that leads into the Shoryu Repa, you know what I mean? Like what it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that, except what happens in their game is like she does the end of Swan Lake where the Swan Princess dies. And they just go like, oh my god, I can't believe she finished Swan Lake, and then he loses, and he goes like, and they go like, wow, that was amazing. And I was like, all of this is beautiful to me. I love that it's Street Fighter, but it's not Street Fighter, and only the girls understand. Because it's not violence. How could you beat someone up? That's awful. I will show you my feminine power, though. And I was like, what is happening? That was amazing. I loved all of that. You remember what I'm talking about?
What episode was it?
That was the one where they go to the theme park that is just where like regular life. They go to McDonald's and shit.
Yeah.
There. It was there. The arcade.
I remember the dancing.
No. They played Street Fighter. And better than that, I mean, like, besides the dancing thing, there's also that thing where, like, he helped them move the button.
Yeah, he helped them move
the machine.
To get
and
the
they
doll.
fucking lost it.
It kind of reminds me of the hairbrushing scene.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
From,
Good job, Boo.
Good job, yeah.
But man, that was nuts. I love that Street Fighter thing. And then there's another time a girl picked like Dalsim. That one was in the manga. The girl picks Dalsim, and then Dalsim does like fucking flower arrangements. And then like what is Yoga Catastrophe is like she arranged the flowers so that if you actually look at it from the right angle, they form like a constellation in the stars. And you're like, it's the three heavenly bodies, and like Ken gets blown the fuck up. And I was just like, what? This is amazing. I wish I could play this game. This is amazing. I want to see what the fuck Zangief is. What is Gief doing that is not a giant man who's grappling people?
He would just be hugging people.
Is it? Or is it like some sort of
him.
weird, stupid, traditional, like, Russian thing that I don't know shit about? Like, making dolls. Like, what is it? I want to know. I want to know if Chun-Li's still just a giant lady cop. Or if she does, like fucking traditional Chinese opera, like Jackie Chan did when he was a child from the Peking Opera School. Like, I want to know. What does Guile do? Who else does what? That seems like the most fun thing ever for me. I want to see where that goes. But yeah, I love that. I also love when they went to Starbucks. Fucking Starbucks, and then she tried to order, and the girl doesn't know what to do. It was like, grande? What the fuck does that mean? And then Aika like pushes in front of her and says a whole bunch of shit. And then they give her the coffee. And they go like, wow, how'd you know how to do that? And she goes like, I've been learning. And I'm like, fucking, all of you people treat this like it's a foreign world, which I guess it is to you. But it's so funny to think of someone thinking of Starbucks as alien.
Yeah. And McDonald's.
The McDonald's. I love that he was mad about McDonald's.
Because it was
like,
too good.
It's so high quality. He's like, that's not the McDonald's I love. Fuck you. You monsters. You desecrated the memory of McDonald's. I'll admit, this is a way better burger. But that's why it's not McDonald's. How fucking dare you. I love that. I love that a lot. That was good. Also worth mentioning, the guy who does the English voice of Kimito is only 2 years older than us. What a world we live in.
Really?
What? Yeah. He was born in 93. He's doing Black Clover now. But yeah, so that's a thing. Oh man. What else do you want to talk about with Shomin Senpai? Because I mean, there's a lot of shit. I could probably spend an hour just about Hakua's house and her weird like laboratory, but also the sandbox she has.
Uh, you could talk about that. That was weird.
I love it. I love it a lot.
Oh,
So,
Hakuo herself is weird. We could
Hakuo
just
is
talk about
amazing.
Hakuo first.
She's the best. The only person I like more than Hakuo is Karen, because Karen is also amazing. Like, I feel that Aika is more like just a regular tsundere, and then Karen's nuts. And Hakuo,
She almost killed him like every
she
time.
almost killed him. She's almost killed him on multiple occasions, and also she's mad that she saw his dick, even though the only reason she saw him naked is because she fucking like tore off his clothes with a sword cut. Didn't even want to like do anything with him. Also, she's really into Hakuo. That's upsetting. Like, it's not even like a regular, oh, I have a crush on this girl. It's more like she's bleeding out her nose and wants to grope her, and then Hakuo's like, no, and she goes, why not? It's like, maybe because you look creepy. You're like literally drooling right now, girl. Stop it. Stop it.
I think she has a thing for cute things. Like when he went
Yeah,
to
maybe it's that.
it was all bunnies.
She really likes, yeah, she really likes cute shit. But I mean, I don't know. Is she like, does she look like she's gonna grope a rabbit? I don't know. It's weird. I feel like she was really, really excited about Hakuo. But yeah, so Hakuo Shiodome. Genius. That's the first thing to know. She is this genius. She's super smart. And I think she's like 11.
14.
Is he? She's just tiny?
Yeah, she's supposed to be in
Okay,
middle school.
she's just tiny. Well, she's 14. It's not...
Or freshman in high school. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, they're all 15. Because, you know, Japanese high school is 15, 16, 17. So, she is a middle schooler. That's true. My point is, they're all maybe a year or two older than her. They're still, like, 2 feet taller than her.
She just looks super
She's just tiny, yeah.
like elementary school.
It looks like an elementary schooler. Which is also a joke that they make in the manga. There's that time where, like, the teacher dresses her... Oh, not the teacher, her maid buddy. Like, dresses her up as an elementary schooler. And makes her say a really gross sentence to Kimito. But
They
I'll
all
get
made
to
her
that.
do gross things. I made him do gross things,
I mean,
guess.
yeah. But no, I mean, like, she says something to the effect of, don't you want my lolly body? And goes like, who told you to say that? And she was like, the maid said it'd be a good idea. And he was like, I have to talk to her. It was rough. It was rough. But yeah, so Hakuo is this very, very smart, small girl. Sometimes she just has random sparks of, like, I don't know, what do you call it, inspiration? I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
It's some gimmick just to have her clothes on.
Yeah. So she has a moment where she was like, whoa, and then just starts scribbling shit, which is either mathematics or sciences. Some vague thing about the mathematics or sciences. Could be physics, could be one of the Millennium Puzzle prize questions. I don't fucking know. Point is, she starts doing it, and then in the process, she takes off her clothes. Don't know why, she just does. My personal favorite thing about that is that apparently she is unaware that she does this. Because Kimito, like, will stop her and go like, hey, what's going on? Like, the first time he sees her. And then she goes, wait, where are my clothes? He goes, you took them off. She goes, did you take off my clothes? He goes, no, you fucking... whatever, just put your stupid clothes on. And yeah, very, very quiet. She doesn't really talk to anybody. She just starts to like him because he takes care of her like a small child. Which is why I'm like, isn't she like 11 or something? No, if she's only 1 year like younger than him, then I guess it's not that weird that she likes him. Because she's like 11, then it's also not weird that she likes him, but it's easy to just go like, she's a kid, ignore it. But there's only 1 year difference between them. I'm actually kind of amazed at how much he treats her like a small child.
Well, she also acts like a small child, I guess.
She doesn't talk, so I don't know if you could say that's acting like a small child.
But she always
Doesn't-
says left. So,
Yeah, that's because she likes him. That's my point. From her perspective, it's just liking a guy. From his perspective, it's taking care of a small child. Because remember, she made a doll of him so she could sleep with it. It's like, yeah, that's not a thing that a child does. Like, it makes sense if it's like a bear, but if it's like she actively pursues him and like makes him hang out with her so that he can learn more about her, so the relationship can get stronger. Like, that's a really different way to attack it if it was like a kid. Because a kid like wants to play or whatever. Versus Hakuo gets mad that he doesn't like treat her like the other girls. That's why she like does that shit where she pops him in the arm and he just like laughs about it.
Oh, the little punch.
Yeah, I mean she tries, but you know she's tiny. She has nothing going on. She's about as strong as her size implies. Unlike Sanae, who was Hercules. But yeah. And Hakuo just takes off her clothes whenever she has the moment of inspiration or whatever. Also, apparently she's very, very, like, despite being, like, or rather, I guess, as a result of being very, very antisocial and not talking to anybody, she has, like, a whole system to live her life by where she, like, eats a certain thing and, like, does this and this and this. So then, like, when Kimito finds her and he, like, gives her instant ramen, and she's, like, into it, he's like, yeah, she's into it. He takes him back to the maid, Sakimori, and I was like, oh, hey, you found her. He's like, yeah, I've been watching over. And he's like, cool. So what did she eat? And he's like, oh, no, it's like, Hakuo, hey, let's go eat. And then he goes, oh, no, you don't have to do that. I fed her. And he goes, you fed her? And he's like, yeah. I mean, it wasn't anything big. What did she eat? Just some, like, shitty ramen I had. And he was like, she just ate, like, instant ramen? They're like, yeah. And they're like, And then when she walks back, she talks with all the other maids and like, and then she ate instant ramen. Like, she ate some that's not on her schedule? Yeah. Also, when she was walking away, yeah? Like, she grabbed him by the arm and said, come with me. And everyone's like, oh, that means a lot coming from her. Which is what I mean by, like, I think from her perspective, it's like, I like this guy. Whereas from his perspective, it's, oh, little girl, cool, whatever. You know? Like, I don't... I mean, I don't know if it's like
relationship
romantically so much as that's what I mean. I don't know if he likes anything romantically, but he's totally pervs on all of them. But yeah, so there's that, and yeah, Hakuo's woof. She doesn't say shit. She does not talk much. She says very little. Man, can I just say I really love that bit where they're all fucking sitting around the phone. And like doing the compatibility test.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw the anime, right? You never read the manga.
No.
Cool. So in the anime, they use Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah.
It's just Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
There's no hiding that. In the manga, it's like a series of gay jokes. It's kind of interesting.
For the fortune teller?
Yeah. They don't show a picture of the fortune teller. They just say it's Mama from Nichome, and Nichome, like 2nd Street, I guess, is the closest thing I can think of. It's like a very, very well-known gay neighborhood in Tokyo. Oh. And Mama's what you call, like, the lady who runs a bar. So, like, Mama from Nichome. And then the guy, like, Kagurazaka goes, I think this is a dude. And you're like, well, I mean, whatever. And then when they do the stupid quiz things, it's like one of them is like Hakuo, right? Hakuo gets a 50. Like 50 is neither good nor bad. He may not really understand you unless you try to go forward. People misunderstand you very easily. So like in the manga, there's like literally a line that's like, sometimes people think Mama is a man. I don't know why. And I'm like, is the manga just making gay jokes? I guess it is.
Not cool.
I mean, no, not really. But, I mean, that's fine.
I mean, I think they did that the whole show, too. So.
Oh, okay, that's one thing I wanted to say. So the opening is all the girls playing with the fucking glow sticks, right? Mm-hmm. There's like a couple of frames which is just a big muscled guy with a glow stick jammed up his ass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I supposed to laugh at that? I think I am, right? I mean, I'm not. Nor am I enjoying this, but cool. Go for it. Because he has to pretend to be gay, but he pretends to be gay in the least reasonable way imaginable by just screaming, I love dick. which is like not a thing I really see gay guys do. Like I have tons of gay pals I know, like gay guys I've hung out with, gay guys I just know in general, and like they don't generally just go around screaming I'm gay. That's a weird thing.
Or I love muscles.
Yeah, yeah. Like they might do that if they're like if you're talking about stuff like that. Like you know how like when guys talk about like the things they like about chicks, at one point somebody says something about a physical body part, like oh I love tits, or oh I love that, well whatever, you know. Then that makes sense because contextually you're going in that direction. But it's not like it just cause. I don't know. That always felt weird to me that like movies and TV and always do that. That like they just kind of assume that people that or like guys specifically, I guess, just randomly talk about sex.
I get it, but
no, but I mean, has that ever felt real to you?
yeah, it's not real.
Right? Yeah, like it never. I don't know. I hang out with guys. I am a guy. I don't just randomly go, yeah, I want to like fucking lick that girl's feet and like have her take me off. Like that's a weird thing to do. You don't just do that. That's so fucking weird. Like it needs context to be given. Like you're talking about a girl you happen to have slept with recently or something. It's not like you're just standing around and then you like see somebody and then go like, I drag my what's that old stupid fucking copy pasta that was on 4chan that one time that was like I would drag my dick through a mile of broken glass to hear her fart through a phone or something like that. Do you remember that? People used to just post that fucking copy pasta on like random B threads.
I think so.
Yeah, I used to see that a bunch. It's been a while since I've hung out on there though. Like at least a month. I haven't really looked. But yeah, like I've never met anyone that just talks like that. And movies and TV always make it seem that guys do that. I don't get that.
Well,
like,
not every guy, but like certain
No,
type of
no,
guys.
I mean like in movies and TV, like whenever guys are alone in a circle and it's like something that's even vaguely romantic, one guy will say something about like, man, that girl has such nice blah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, why? I've never hung out with my dude friends at like at a party or something, and then I just watch him stare at a girl and go like, man, don't you wish you could see her lips round around your dick? Like that's not a thing people do. It's this weird like thing that movies and TV do where they just assume that when guys are alone they talk about weird shit. When really I talk about dumb shit. like
this.
like fighting games or manga or yeah. Or like I'll tell my friend something stupid about a guitar thing I was learning. Like I don't really fucking bring up weird sex crap out of nowhere. I usually would start with something like, hey, have you seen anything lately? Watch something, read something. Like we would just go into that. Or if they're looking at something on the phone, I would talk about that. Like who the fuck just stands around going like, haha, yeah, I like foot jobs. Like no one just does that. It's weird, I guess, is what I'm saying. And then it's even worse when like you boil down homosexual people to that. Because then it's like the same thing that guys have in general, but then it's also like, man, aren't gay people inappropriate? And it's like, I don't know, man. It feels like it's promoting that weird stereotype that like gay guys are overly sexual for no reason. Mm-hmm. And I don't get why they have to do that. And I like him saying, just randomly screaming, "Oh, I love muscles." Clearly, is not a thing a regular person does, but I guess it's just supposed to be a joke. And that's cool. I do like that he always tries to run things back by screaming, "I'm so gay, you don't even know." Like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I just feel like in the overall grander context of people using that for narrative purposes, it never feels like a real thing to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But, yeah, so there's that. I always thought that was weird that there's a couple of frames where the big buff dude just has a glow stick in his ass, and I'm like, am I supposed to laugh? Because that's just weird. I wish it was funny weird. It's just weird.
Just makes you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They have the scene where they're on the like drawing up ship. That's for too long too. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
Like the submarine ship where they're like shooting stuff from the glow sticks.
Oh yeah.
I always thought that was too long.
It lingered on it a bit. If anything, I thought like the workout thing was like really overt. Like where like Aitsugawa's doing the
Yeah.
like sit up things, but
Hmm.
like it's focusing on her doing the trunk version, so she's like pulling her back up, and it's just like zoomed in on her chest, and it's like yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
on the
Like,
show.
and I'm like, okay, all right, show. You forget you're mostly a gag show. You forget you mostly do jokes, show. Okay, fine, whatever. Man, Hakuwa just sitting on his lap and shit, and he's like, cool, small child. Whereas she's probably like, yeah, I'm in here. It's fucking amazing.
Do you remember
That
the time
gone.
stop thing
Wait, what?
where the girl thought she could stop time? Uh,
Oh yeah, because he was fucking with her.
yeah, I thought that was one.
That yeah, that's actually kind of amazing. How fucking weird and gullible Aika is.
Mhm.
She like just believes anything. And I don't even think it's because she's like from this school, because like the other girls don't just kind of believe shit. It just seems to be her. She's incredibly, incredibly gullible. Which I guess isn't a negative trait, but it is kind of funny.
Like if you just roll around the floor like 3 times, you could get your fortune told or something like that.
Well, there was the one that was like, do you want to do a magic trick to get more friends? Cool. Okay, wear this giant green spandex suit. What? Wear it. Okay. Now shake it around. Now here are some bean sprouts. What? Just take them. Okay. And I need you to dance in a circle and say bean repeatedly. Oh, okay. And she starts, and then he goes like, no, with more feeling. And he was like, mommy, mommy! And then the other girls walk in and go, what the fuck is going on? Like, how can you just tell someone to do that? And then they just start doing it. Like, I can't believe that she's the only one that's fucking gullible.
And she's the only
Or,
one that actually no, they all said gets. So.
no, but that's because they all thought it was funny. Like Aika super believes that it's magic, and then then she tells everyone else, and then go like, magic, huh? Okay, sure. Which,
Well,
by
he
the
said it was
way,
the way commoners greet each other.
oh right, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the other time he told her to do a stupid thing when she was doing Matsuoka Shuzo's eat rice. There's so many like fucking times he just tells her to do something and she just does it. I'm amazed. Also, if you know what I'm talking about, then great. If not, shit, is that a whole minute and a half of explaining? The point is, there's a comedian. His name is Dandy Sakano. He wears a yellow suit and shit, and he likes to say gets. If I try to explain more than that, I have to get into why the Japanese sensibility towards comedy really works towards all that dumb goofy crap. But it's a whole thing. It's Nico Nico Doga crap. Honestly, if anything, that makes me feel that like it's kind of funny that they say he's really average, because what that implies is that Japanese board culture is the norm.
I guess this is not true, but
Do you feel that that's true? No, right?
just a little
Nah,
section of people.
it's a couple of people. I don't think everybody watches the stupid, misheard lyrics of gay porn. Like, I don't think that's a thing everyone does.
You make me mad now.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. That's so weird. That's a very, very specific group of people who hang out on like Nico Nico Doga and like Ni-chan and shit like that. Like I don't think that represents like the average person, which is what amazes me about them. Going like, he's the most average man we can think of, and I'm like, really? This weird board culture pervert? And then that makes me wonder: is this the mangaka like just or the writer just going? These are my friends. This is what we're like. I feel we represent the average populace. Because that would assume that we are also the average populace, and I would say, no, the fuck, I'm not.
No, it's more like sports, probably.
Yeah, more
Like, Japan, probably
general
soccer or something.
soccer. Soccer's huge. I would say like general purpose things, not the kind of guy who like Lewis like takes image pictures of like an anime that's airing at the moment just to point out animation flaws, and then in big stylized text write quality. Like I don't think average people do that.
No.
Or how we've done that thing where we just spent an hour developing one joke. I don't think regular people do that. I don't think regular people spend an hour just workshopping one joke till it's so funny and off the fucking rails that no one else gets it. I don't think that's a normal thing to do. I mean, we went to go see that movie yesterday, and I did not laugh at all when everyone else was laughing. So I personally do not believe that I represent the general populace.
Remember when that woman was so hyped about Haiti?
Oh shit, that lady was so hyped about the 80 drop. That was amazing. Just like, oh, your French is different. Oh, by the way, we saw Overlord. Before we just say that, and it's like, what the fuck are they doing? We saw Overlord, and there's a line where like a girl goes, your French is different. It's really, it doesn't sound like my French. And he goes, oh yeah, my grandma taught me it. She's from Haiti. And then a lady not too far from us just went, yes! And like started clapping. And I was like, holy shit. Wow. Wow. Anything, right? Anything for even the tiniest bit of representation. You're all in. Okay. All right, cool.
I definitely laughed harder at that than
yeah.
in the movie.
But that's what I mean. That's not a joke. That's just a statement. Like, she was just happy, but for some reason that made me laugh. Or like, I was just thinking about the fact that they're like goo monsters. And for some reason, that made me laugh a lot more than anything else in the movie. Because a lot of the jokes are like, oh, look at this guy from, like, 1940s Brooklyn. And I was like, eh. But then the shit that does make me laugh is not funny to anyone.
Oh, that was a comedian guy?
Yeah!
Oh.
It's supposed to be, look, he's from 1940s Brooklyn.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, I wish I cared. Like, I wish it made me laugh. Like,
I thought those were just statements. Oh boy. Okay.
No, those were jokes.
Well, we're not normal.
I recognized them as jokes. I just didn't laugh, which is why I felt bad. And you didn't even register them as jokes.
I feel bad.
That says even more that we don't represent the general populace. And that's why I'm like, I don't feel that this other board culture fucking loser does either. I don't think he's like,
stick and gets dandy.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta get in this Dandy Sakano joke. It's gonna be so fucking rad, dude. Like, that's so weird. Like, I get that it was on TV, but after a while, people forgot about that. Why is he still on it? Or the gay porn thing where it's like, you got me mad now, and like he's just laughing at the fact that they sound funny. And I'm like, it's so weird.
So this manga is just for him, right?
And you know it's you know it's Nico Nico Doga because they have the comments scrolling across the screen. Yeah. It's like hitting W over and over, as in wada, as in lol.
Yeah.
Dude just spamming lol. Like, that doesn't feel like normal people to me. It doesn't feel like I can go to any random person and like show them a line of W's and go, what does this mean? Like, I don't think they fucking know what I'm talking about. Maybe the people who watch anime would know, because they're probably the ones who hang out on Nico Nico Doga, but I don't think he is the representation of the average commenter, is what I'm saying.
No.
This weird pervert who just hangs out on Nico Nico Doga. Like, I don't think he fits our average person. Although I don't know if they wanted an average person, because an average person would probably not be super okay with being kidnapped.
They'll probably call the police and
go
back. Police,
whereas he let this shit slide.
He's like, alright, I'm down.
I'm here now.
It's okay. Alright, I'm in.
Could be worse. Oh god, I love that. I love that he's really into the maid thing, and then the maid that takes care of him is a monster to him. By the way, so you didn't read the manga, right?
No.
Okay, that maid is his adopted sister.
Oh no.
Oh wait, yeah. What? Yeah! So check this out.
Hey, what? How?
Check this out.
Go.
When he was young, right? He did actually hang out with Aika. Remember when Aika was like, I remember hanging out with somebody when I was young, and he was a lot like you. He's the reason I don't talk like all the other rich girls. I just talk like a regular person. He goes like, I don't really remember that.
Oh, that's how they get along so well, I guess.
So what? Well, I mean, it's the reason she is more like a regular person. So apparently, what happened was when he was a kid, he ran into a guy that looked exactly like him, and then they switched places for a while. And like the kid was really, really rich. But then after a while, they like realized that like, hey, those aren't the same kid. It's literally a Prince and the Pauper thing.
I don't know.
Remember that? Oh, you've never heard of that fucking old dumb story?
Maybe I heard the story. I don't know what it's called.
The Prince and the Pauper. I just said it. No? Really? Oh, wow. That's an old Mark Twain story. So it's like this kid who's super broke, and he has an abusive dad. And this other kid is Prince Edward, like son of the king. And it goes like, hey, I hate my life as a prince. I hate my life as an abused kid.
Oh, that story. Okay, yeah.
Yeah!
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know what it was called, like I said.
It's called The Prince and the Pauper.
Now I know.
Oh, wow. That's what I mean. I feel like everyone fucking knows that story to some degree. Either because you've heard the actual story, or because you've seen dozens of people use that as a premise. You know? Like, they fucking made a Garfield movie that was The Prince and the Pauper. Garfield 2, A Tale of Two Kitties. Watch it. No, don't. But yeah, so it's The Prince and the Pauper, so he switches roles with that guy, and that guy was apparently a huge dick. So, like, his sister, Miyuki, was like, oh, my brother's always been a dick, I don't like him. And then he tries to be nice to her. And then she's like, I don't know, he's always been a dick to me, I don't really know. And then he gets super nice to her, and, like, people are picking on her, and then he jumps in and, like, fights them for her. And she goes like, I do love you, brother. He's like, I love you too. And then she realizes, it's not her brother. And he has a horrible fever. And I don't know why this is the thing, but this is the thing. He has a really, really bad fever, and then he gets up from, like, after being healed from the fever, they make him switch back. But also, he lost all his memories.
Oh.
Just cause.
Just cause he had a fever.
He had a fever, now he lost all his memories. So, I don't know. Amnesia, but very selective amnesia. Because he remembered his parents. He just didn't remember her. So I don't know if he was like living there with her for like a month or two, but yeah, he completely forgot that month. And yeah, so do you remember in the anime when the maid was like kissing him while he's asleep?
Kissing him?
Yeah. Like she always says, I'm mad you woke up. I wish you had never woken up.
Oh, I didn't know she was kissing him. I just know.
Kisses him while he's asleep.
She was looking over. Oh.
Yep.
Was I supposed to get that?
No, I guess not. Because then they like fucking spell it out in the manga. Like they have a chapter where this just shows her walking around, and then like cuts to her finally going back to him, and then kissing him while he's asleep. And then he wakes up. He's like, oh fuck. Oh hey, what's up?
I thought she just hates him all the time.
Yeah, she's pretending to do that.
Yeah, I realized that in the end when she was like, yeah, okay, I'll let you guys save Rico from getting married or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah. So, that's a thing. So apparently, like the whole... So, you know how it seems like he randomly got chosen?
I guess he's not.
He's not. No, correct. Miyuki found where he was and said he wanted him back. And then she said, I'll even be a maid and like keep him around. And then they go ask Eri, hey, so like, is he gay? Or like, what's up with him? Because a girl asked her, is like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna tell her he's gay. So that way she won't ask him out. Oh yeah, he's super gay. He loves muscles. He's all about dudes. And they go like, okay, awesome. So then they take him to the school, and he goes like, and then when she finds out that it's because of her, she goes, fuck. But yeah, that's what happened.
I think they implied she's going to the school or something.
She goes to the school after the fact, yes. Because what ends up happening is, after they catch her at the school when she's not supposed to know, no one's supposed to know where it is. Like, Kimito goes, look, if you, I'll take the punishment for whatever happened, whatever she did. I'm so sorry. I know she wasn't supposed to be here. And then like Eddie pulls out her phone and goes like, you know what? I have tons of footage of where this place is and shit, so I could just blow your spot up. And then like the principal goes, oh really? Is that how we're gonna roll? And then like fucking Kimita goes, no, we're not. I'm so sorry. Please don't like get her murdered or something. Like I said, I'll eat shit. It's whatever. And then like Eddie goes, no, it's cool. You're gonna roll with me. He's like, shut up. You do not understand how powerful and rich these people are. Shut up. And then Miyuki goes like, fine. Okay, here's what we'll do. You get to come to this school now as an example of a girl commoner. And it's like, fine.
And that she also likes the character.
She hangs out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. Fucking oof. And then, you know, the like all the other girls think they're oh man, there's that chapter where like all the other girls are like, so you're very close to Kimita, what's up with that? And she was like, oh, it's because we're dating. And they go like, what? Like, yeah, did he not tell you? Oh, I'm so sad that he didn't tell you. And then the girls are like, all right, so how are we gonna ruin this for her? Like they all get together in like a tea room and then go like, yeah, how are we gonna break them up? No, fuck that. And I was like, wow, you girls are cold. Like, not even gonna consider what if this is real, right? Like, what about his feelings for her? Nah, fuck that. Let's get her out of here. That's cold. And then, like, they straight up ask Kimito, like, alright, so, like, why didn't you tell us you had a girlfriend? He's like, I don't have a girlfriend. What are you talking about? And then they look at Eddie, and she goes like, I was fucking with you. And then they lose it. But yeah, and he goes like, Eddie, why would you tell them that it was your boyfriend? That's not fucking funny. And she's like, oh, come on, it's just a joke. He's like, that's not cool. She's like, why are you taking their side, huh? He's like, fucking, I can't deal with you sometimes. And yeah, it's a whole thing. But I really love Karen. I like that, like, so in the anime, it's about her being buff, right? The thing when like... she grabs her arm and then it, like, hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny, because in the manga it's a little different. I think it's because in the manga they had introduced her cousin, but in the show they didn't. Because in the show it's the girls who follow him, right?
Yeah, it's the girls.
It's the other girls. It's Hakua, Reiko, and Aika. And they're like, I wonder what Karen is. In the manga, it's not. It's her cousin. She's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I have a cousin. It's been pretty weird with her lately. We're very close, but I don't really know how she'd feel about seeing me with a guy. And it's like, oh, I get it. And then they also do the thing where they throw themselves into the closet again. And they get pressed up against each other really hard.
Oh, yeah.
But what's amazing in the manga is that, like, her cousin's just kind of cool with it. Because her cousin, like, lets her roll out. And then goes, like, so then, like, she leaves the room and goes, like, well, I guess she's not here. And then, like, when he gets out of the closet with Karen, he goes, like, wait, I left my shirt out here. There's no fucking way she didn't know I was in here. She let it roll on purpose. Oh, that's cool. I guess she's really cool with Karen. And then later, like, she beats him up and, like fucking ties him up and, like, threatens to rape him. And it is... Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's rough. Like, she ties him up and then, like, gets on top of him and he goes, like, what are you doing? He's like, easy. I can't have you defiling Karen. So I'm gonna do it to you. And he's like, And then she goes, just focus on the wall. Just focus on the ceiling. Don't worry about it. And he's like, and then another, I think it's Miyuki who shows up and goes like, yeah, we're not letting this shit run. But yeah. But now I think about it, is this the third time we've talked about a dude almost and or getting raped?
In a Kyote.
And Speedgrapher.
Well, yeah.
No, what do you mean, well?
I think you said kinda getting raped, but I said both.
Did or almost.
Yeah, that's what I thought about it. Like,
Yeah. Nah, he super got raped.
yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that.
That's not. Yeah, that's actually what happened. And that lady didn't even kind of get
Is
punished.
there another one?
Okay. Well, what have we gone over so far, right? Inazuka Kyote. The dad super got raped, and like the guy almost gets raped on multiple occasions. Nothing really happens in Dagashi Kashi. Nothing happens in Dog Days. Oh,
Nothing happens in Dog Days.
nothing at all happens in Dog Days. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, Infinite Stratos. There's times where no, but that's season 2. We only talked about the first season, right? Yeah. In season 2, I'm pretty sure.
Laura.
Yeah, but she just kind of hangs out. She doesn't even want to do anything. She just sleeps naked like a weirdo.
I guess the armbar doesn't count.
Yeah, the armbar wasn't even like sexual. It was. She thought because she doesn't know anything else but war. She thought, oh, you want to fight? Okay, cool, and then put him in an armbar. By the way, for everyone at home, don't forget one weird trick to get guys to love you: put him in an armbar.
Or get guys off.
Oh, you know what? Hajimete no Gyaru. Nene.
Oh yeah.
Nene just straight up goes into his bed and says, "We're gonna do it now." He's like, "Please don't." And what's her face? Danko. Danko also does it a couple of times. She comes on to him hard. And there's that one time she's like, "No, we're gonna do it." And he's like, "Please don't. I want to lose my virginity to Yame." And she was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And she was about to double down, and then Yame came in. Akunohana, that kid got raped.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I didn't realize how much that happens. I didn't think about that. Because so many like things always involve women getting raped. Very rarely do people take male sexual assault seriously. And now that I think about it, Inazuka Kyote doesn't take it seriously. It's just Akunohana. Akunohana's the only thing that takes it seriously, which it should be taken seriously. People like to laugh. They're like, guys can't get raped. It's really bad. It's really bad, you guys. So, lesson for home. Stuff is bad. If you didn't know, now you know.
Don't take gay jokes.
Gay jokes aren't always funny, and rape jokes aren't always funny.
Yeah,
that's yeah.
I feel like that's common sense, though. But
you would think, but no, people still make those jokes, don't they? I mean, like in order for it to be accepted, it would mean people aren't doing it, right? But people are doing it. They're not stopping anytime soon. But yeah, so there's that. And she's just focus on the ceiling, and he's like, and I'm like, that's awful. That's a bad time. Oh man, about the gay jokes. Do you remember that? So there's an episode, right, where the girls are hanging out and they're trying to figure out how to make Kimito feel more at home with dude stuff. Which is fun.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Because in the manga, all it is his friend thinks he's gay, and that's it. They don't cut to the girls, but in the anime they cut to the girls, and I'm amazed. The Hakuwa does the gay porn joke where she smacks herself on the ass and goes like, "You got me mad now." And then the girls are like, "Oh shit, yeah, he loves that stupid weird gay thing."
And they get muscle suits.
Yeah, they get muscle.
Aika.
I also like that they get like top knot haircuts from like the 16th century. Like this is what men think of, right? I'm like, what even is all this?
Karen's just a 16th century samurai.
Yeah, I love that. Cut. Okay, actually, about that, there's that part where they go like, in the stupid fortune telling thing, where they're like, what is Karen like? Give us her birthday and her name, and we'll tell you. And then she goes like, I bet it'll say I'm Miyamoto Musashi. So she's like, I'm literally like the greatest fucking samurai that has ever lived. And then it goes, she's clumsy and kind of goofy. And then she goes like, fuck you. And then they go, yeah, that feels right.
Yeah. It's pretty much accurate.
It is. The girl is goofy. She's clumsy. How many times has she said like I'll get you, and then she just fucks everything up?
Well, he more like threatens her, like,
No,
I'll
I
use my
mean like
secret
she
technique.
she says stuff like I'll kill you, and then she fucks it all up, because then he like just doesn't do anything. Like she blows up a tree while trying to attack a bug.
That's how they met, actually.
Yeah, but I mean like that girl in general is not super skilled. She's strong, she's smart, she's nice. Boy, is she not super like skilled. Like she trips all over herself like dozens of times. It's kind of cuz. I do love that that she makes like little toys with like a sewing kits. That's nice. I know she makes like the dolls in the manga. She makes like little rabbit dolls.
She
And it,
sewed up his arm or his
she
jacket.
sewed up his jacket and his shirt. Which I love that was like I'd have to take off my shirt. She's like, it's cool, and I was like, really? Really?
She says, "This is what I wanted."
Yeah, yeah. That was great. That was great.
And they had the closet scene. 'Cause, yeah.
But she actually helped out when they were trying to go stop Deiko from getting married.
Yeah, she took care of all the guards.
Also, can I say I love that when Deiko's getting married and then they go like you're like, well, it's over now. And it's like, yeah, see, I will support. No, I mean the groom left. What? Yeah, he was like, I want to go back to art school and find love. And they're like, well, yeah, fuck it now. He's gone. And I'm like, wow. I love that the passionate speech that Kagurazaka made the guy say, I want to go back to art school and I want to fall in love, god damn it. And he just got up and left while no one was looking. Like, man, I wonder what his story is. Oh man, what if he's like just a protagonist from a different romance manga?
I think it was mangaka interjection.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. If it's like, hey, by the way, if you want to follow that guy's story, read my new serialized program. And it's another like sentence and a half long title. But yeah, that's kind of funny to me. He's just like, I want to go back to art school and I want to fall in love. God damn it! And he just leaves.
And the mom seems kind of pissed off.
Oh, the mom is super pissed off. I love that the mom says, I hope that you two get married today. And he's like, what? I didn't really say that. It's like, you said you were going to take it to your house. He's like, that's not what I meant. Right, Deiko? And she's already busy, like, reading, like, not, fuck, what was it called?
It was wedding.
No, Chicken Club? Like, no. Shit. There's an actual, like, bridal magazine that they were making a pun on. Like, you know how McDonald's was, like, Whack-Donald's? It's like that. Yeah. It was like they had the same thing for like an actual like fucking bridal magazine. Like Pio something? Pioco Club? Some shit like that? I think that's what it's called.
I think so.
But then yeah, and then they wrote it a little differently. And they're like, haha, she's already reading wedding magazines. And then the mom goes, yeah, and if you're married into the family, I'm gonna fucking ruin your life. And he goes, we're not gonna really get married, right? And then Reiko's just still reading the magazine. Meanwhile, Karen, Hakua, and Aika come in and go like, yeah, no, it'll be fine. You'll get married to someone else. By the way, in the manga, there's the part where Eri goes, yeah, see, he's gonna go with me. And then Miyuki, like Kujo, the maid, goes, the maid who is his sister, says, oh no, he won't be going with you. He's gonna get married to a girl of this school. And then he goes like, I'm sorry, what now? Which what impresses me about that is that implies that her being the daughter of a very wealthy family, that she's also up for the running. And yeah, she gets really sensitive and like squishy with him after the fact. After he remembers that they're siblings. No, she starts just straight up kissing him and holding him and stuff.
That's...
But only when no one's around. Because the second someone shows up, she like fucking drop kicks him.
Like, yeah, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
Stay back.
But you're also forgetting they're not actually related. He just showed up one day. So it would be weirder if he was actually her brother, but he's not. He just showed up for like a month and then disappeared.
Why'd he show up?
They just switched places. I don't know why. I don't know why the rich kid wanted to switch places, but they did. I like the Prince and the Pauper is something about like the grass is always green on the other side, but I don't actually know if that's what
it's
this
like they drew them wrong or something.
Yeah, I think it was just cuz, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. How do you like that Hakua built an internet system with the phones on her own?
Pretty impressive.
That's goddamn smart. Like they make a point of saying, oh, she makes all of her money by doing cool experiments for people. But like, man, does that prove how fucking good she is with stuff? It's like, oh, if you want, you. Oh, she doesn't even say anything, does she? She was like, and then like Kimitsu goes, what's that? It's like fucking old. It's like a fucking Lassie, where like they make one noise and he understands an entire sentence. Or she goes like, and he goes, what's that? You're saying you can get everyone the phones? It's like, and you can connect them all into one small network? He's like, that's amazing, Hakua. And he like pats her head, and I'm like, she didn't say a fucking word! Twice? The fuck? Ah, man. That was amazing. I love that. I love the stupid fortune teller bit where like Aika gets an 8 is like, oh hey, you want to do the compatibility test? And then well no, it's more like, oh hey, cool, there's a compatibility test, and then go like, oh well, we should probably do that. And he's like, okay. And you go like, I mean, who should go first though? I mean. And then, like, it's between Reiko and Aika, and they're just, like, fighting over each other, and Hakua's just sitting with him. Meanwhile, Karen is still pissed that he's, like, Hakua likes him so much. But yeah, they go, like, I mean, if you think about it, Aika, you should probably go first. Right, because it's A. And she's like, fine. Fuck it. I mean, it's not like it matters. And she gets an 80% match where it's like, you guys would do great as a couple. And she, like, yells excitedly, and then stops herself, and then goes outside, and still yells excitedly, and then comes back in. And then goes, right, I'm sorry, I just remembered. It's like a partnership thing with him. It's like, he'd be my boyfriend. That's lame, right?
Are they awesome there?
Yeah!
Except for Reiko and Hakuo, I guess.
Reiko and Hakuo are really straightforward about it. But, yeah, there's more of them than there aren't. Because there's Eri, there's Karen, there's Aika, and then there's Miyuki, technically.
Yeah, I guess she's in. Because she's a adopted sister.
Yeah, and she super loves him. She just straight up kisses him while he's asleep. Which you would think he'd feel, but I guess not. I don't know.
If you're asleep, not really.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know.
Lips?
When you're... Yes! Which is why I'm like... I don't know, like when you breathe, wouldn't it feel weird? Because they're so close to you, they're like blocking the way you breathe. Well, you would think you'd feel something, right?
Unless you breathe through your nose when you're sleeping.
That's what I mean. Like, your carbon dioxide output is now left directly in front of your oxygen intake, is what I'm saying. It's like trying to sleep with your hand over your nose, not squeezing it, but just like blocking the air pathway. You would think you'd notice, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I guess he doesn't. And we're just supposed to accept that he doesn't. But I figured that'd be something you'd notice. But whatever. It's a stupid romance thing. Who cares?
I thought it'd be like gentle enough to not, and quick enough to not like notice.
It doesn't seem like it's quick. Like she holds it.
It
seems like she's just on him. Although you know what? It's always right before he wakes up. So maybe she does do it. He feels it, and then he wakes up, and that's when she backs off.
He probably thought he was just waking her up or something.
Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. I feel like she might do it more than once, but maybe she only ever does it the once while he's asleep. And then that's always right before he wakes up. But yeah, fucking. So like Aika gets an 80, and she's like, oh well, whatever. Who cares? And then Reiko goes, if we think about it, going by alphabetical order, my name goes first because it's always like surnames, so Arisugawa versus Tenkubashi. Which fuck, dude, they have really long, fancy, rich girl names. Man, I love that. Talk about sticking with the premise. They all have really big, fancy, rich girl names that have like fucking 3-4 characters in it.
Oh yeah, and they always say Watashi. Like, I know Shiroko says
They
Watashi.
say Watakushi. She doesn't say Watashi. She says Watakushi, which is an even more specific thing. Man. I don't know if people know that. Do people know what we're talking about when we say that?
Probably not.
Okay.
Unless they're Japanese.
I imagine if you like anime, you know that there's different ways to say I. Right?
Well, I didn't know it, but I guess.
Yeah, I guess you didn't. But that's like fucking 14, 15 ways to say I. And if you count like old stuff, there's like fucking 20. There's a lot of ways to say I as a person. There's like watashi, which is like, they've been doing that since like the 1603. Which is like the general word for I, but it's like really stuffy and serious. And there's watakushi, which is like even older than that. And people don't really... You would think it's like, oh, maybe it sounds old, like thou or art I. No, it doesn't, because it's like only used by people of really, really high echelons and rich people. So it's kind of why a lot of the girls say watakushi and shit like that. And then there's boku for dudes and ore for like manly dudes. I know that sounds stupid, but it's like boku is like I'm a guy and I'm polite, versus like ore is like I'm a man and I will fuck you up, boy. What's up? It's weird. And like I said, there's like a shit ton of them. Atakushi, Temae, Atashi, Washi, Oida, Seisha. The point is, it's a very, very specific thing that they all the girls except for Aika say like shit like Watakushi. Versus Aika just says like Atashi. Which is why they like when Kimite goes like, why do you talk like that? And she goes like, I don't know. I was a kid, met this other kid at a Christmas party, and then I was talking like this. And I'm like, oh, it was him, wasn't it? And then like it's to make less sense because it's like, no, he doesn't remember anything. Wouldn't he remember that or something? It's like, well, I guess he could say he forgot it. But then they go, and he switched places with that rich kid. You're like, okay, he super fucking met her. Right.
Do you remember?
Huh? She remembers. She's like, I feel like I met you before. Like, we met at a Christmas party. Do you remember that? He's like, nah.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really quickly.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, then Reiko gets a 90. And then she goes like, you two should get married. And she was like, married. And she looks over at Aika, and Aika's like, I mean, whatever. She was like, right. What score did you get again? You got an 80, right? You got an 80. I got a 90. You got an 80, right? And she's like, shut the fuck up. And that's when Hako was like, And he goes, you want to play too? Yeah, sure, whatever. She gets a 50. It's like, could go well, could go poorly. You're easily misunderstood. You might want to work at making him understand you better. And like the other girls start getting really polite with Hako, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. You want a snack? You want?
She didn't say anything.
Yeah, she's just kind of like sitting there like, okay. And then Kata goes over there and goes like, hey, so, and she's like stabbing the floor with her sword. And he's like, could you stop doing that? Because it's not like I feel like I'm left out or anything. It's like, do you want to play the stupid game? No. Fucking stupid. He's like, okay, cool, whatever. She's like, it's like, if you want to play the game, just tell me you want to play the game. I mean, fine, we're putting your fucking name in the game. And the first time she gets a 0. Because if you're near her, she will kill you. Which, the irony to that is that she was saying up until that point, I will kill you. And then she hears that and she gets mad. And she picks up her sword and goes like, what? I'll fucking kill you. Because like, oh shit, the prediction was right. I like that that's what he said. Ah shit, the prediction was right. And then he goes like, wait, I put your birthday in wrong. Okay, let me run this back. And then it runs it back and he gets 100%. You two are destined to be together. And then like the other two girls get pissed off, and they go like, "There's more than one fortune telling thing, right?" And they start scanning the internet for other fortune telling systems. Just start running their names through it. And yeah, in the manga, it's like a bunch of jokes about I guess a trans woman in Nichome. Because they just make a bunch of comments about like, people think I'm a man, but there's no reason to do that. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, and then like they keep going, finding other things to go like, he likes you, but eventually you'll fall apart. No, this fortune teller's wrong. It just keeps going through things. And my favorite is that Karen goes like, guys, stop. You're just like continually fighting into this stupid thing that doesn't really matter because we're all friends at the end of the day, right? And you're like, yeah, you're right. And Cupid goes like, thank you, Karen. And Karen goes, and besides, we all know the only true fortune teller is Mama from Nichome. They're like, fuck you! And then they go back into the phone thing. And gets up with Haku and then go get food.
I think he would like Karen the best.
He does. Overall, I think they fit together as people better. Also, I think I like her the best, so I want her to win.
But it might be Aika or something.
It's gonna be Aika or Miyuki. I said that before, and I'll say it again when I was talking to like our good friend, Master Specialist Rashad Jones, for everyone who's been following the show. Yeah, no, remember I was talking with him, and he's like, man, I don't know. It feels weird. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be Aika or Miyuki. And it's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I remember talking to Steve about it. He's like, no, Miyuki's her sister. And I'm like, they're not even kind of related. He was like, that doesn't matter. And I go, I think it does. But, also, by the way, I read the manga till its ending because it's been dead for a while now. And the last chapter pulls the same wacky harem bullshit of like, well, I guess, stuff goes on. But yeah, he was like straight up about to kiss Aika. So, I knew it was going to be one of them. The sure shit wasn't going to be anyone else. At the end of the manga, like, Aika's family ends up broke for a while. So they go to stay with him. And then her family makes their money back. She was like, going back to the school then. And then he and Aika just share a moment in his room. And it's like, yeah, I fucking knew it. I don't even like hate her. I just don't think she's all that fun. I think she's only good to like fuck with. Like when you tell her to believe random bullshit, she does.
Yeah.
I don't think beyond that she's any more fun.
I mean, she did get everyone to like her, I guess.
I mean, the girls like.
She's her goal. She's stuck with her goal.
Right. Well, her goal is to make friends, and she made friends. Yeah. But by the way, can I say it? I really like when Reiko just loses shit and smacks her.
Oh, in the beginning.
That was good. I love that. I love that so much. So, like, the thing is, Kimito's the one guy at the school, right? Why wouldn't he be? He's the only guy. He hangs out with Aika because she's, like, fucking stupid and shy and goofy. And then she goes, hey, you're a commoner. Teach me how to be a commoner. And he's like, sure? And they just kind of, like, work together. And he'll constantly show her shit. And he'll be like, do this. He's like, alright. And sometimes he just fucks with her. So then, like, what Reiko does is she goes like, I really do like him, so I'm going to give him a thank you letter. Which is so nice. I like that. I like that they have these, like, weirdly old world values that are oddly charming, I like that she actually sat down and wrote the letter out as a thank you for him just, like, picking up her phone or eraser or some shit. Like, I can see why you become disillusioned with the regular world, because the regular world is not like that. But that's nice. It's nice. So, yeah. So then he gives her the paper, and then she was like, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? And Aika just comes up and goes like, hey, we're going to do a thing. And he's like, alright, I'll see you later. She goes like, oh, okay. And so, again, this is a thing that, like, is specific to the way you speak in Japanese that I guess wouldn't translate immediately. But, like, so the way you talk about people, in the way that you say I in 14 different ways, the way you say them or that person can be said in like 18 different ways. You could say Kimi, you could say Anata, you could say like a whole bunch of shit. So when he talks about Aika, he says Aitsu. And Aitsu is to say like that person. but it's a very general phrase. And the thing about Aitsu is that when you say that, it implies that the person knows who you're talking about, because who else could you be talking about? You know? It's as if to say, oh, I'm with that person all the time. You know who I'm talking about. That girl.
Oh. Someone that you see a lot.
Someone that you spend the most time with. So it'd be like my best friend since I was like 15, since I was like 10. I'd call him Aitsu. Or when I'm talking about him, I would say Aitsu. Because it's like, yeah, I've been around him for like 15 years. Who else would I be talking about? You know? Mm-hmm. But given this weird context, it also sort of implies a romantic attachment. Because it's like, oh, you know, that girl that I'm close to, even though I've never met any of you before. So like Reiko's like, fuck you, fuck that bitch, how dare she? I like him. I'm trying to get him to like me, and I thought he was doing stuff for me. Instead, he does shit because of her. And I try to be nice to her, but then she doesn't fucking listen to me or talk to me. And I try to include her into shit, and she doesn't want to hang out with me. So she's coming up on me, and now she's asking out the guy I like. You know, fuck her. So she just straight up runs. Just starts running. I was like, by the way, she's in my room if you want to say thank you. And she runs to the room. I was like, wait, where you going? Just like hauls ass. And then when she gets there, she just smacks the shit out of her. And they get into a fight. Which, like, Reiko being who she is, it's like, I can't imagine her being any kind of aggressive. She smacks like a shit, and they just start fighting. It's kind of amazing. Cause like I remember that like the only reason she loses her shit over Aika is when like she's hanging out with her friends, and then like one of her friends go like, hey, Kimito's hanging out with Aika a lot, and they're like, yeah. Do you think they're really close, don't you? It's like, yeah, he does talk about her a lot, and they always seem next to each other. Do you think they're dating? And Aika just Reiko gets mad. She gets mad because she likes.
No, she gets sad.
No, she like tells the girl to stop talking.
And she goes to her room and cries.
She goes to her room and cries because she feels bad about yelling at her friend.
Ah, whoops. Okay.
Yeah. She says, could you just stop? And then the girl goes, oh. Because they're not like that. They're so polite and nice. It's like the idea of them getting angry is so foreign. You know?
They're becoming commoners.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't really yell at my friends much. Or at least not genuinely yell, you know? I jokingly yell, but I don't really yell. But yeah. Says, like, she genuinely yells at her, and then the girl feels really guilty. And Reiko leaves because she's like, I can't believe I yelled at my friend. I don't even, like, you should never yell at somebody. So she feels really guilty and shit. And then that girl starts crying because that girl's like, oh, I can't believe I pissed her off enough to yell. That's what I mean. They're so nice. They're such nice people. It's weird. It's weird to me. That like they're this polite. But yeah. And then she goes like, I can't believe I made her mad enough to yell at me. I feel so guilty. What did I do? It's like, it's okay. And then like fucking Kimito sees that going on and he has the phone thing. And then Aika goes, I got an idea. We'll help her get her fucking normal. I think she says Diaju, doesn't she? Does she say Diaju?
I think so.
Yeah. Second time someone talks about normal fags. Fantastic. But yeah, it's like Diaju. We can get her and her Diaju friends back. So then it helps her out, and that's when he tells Reiko's like, I'm glad you did this for me. I mean, if you want. It's like, oh, right. Yeah, no, I didn't come up with this. And he's like, what? Yeah, Aika did. She's real nice and shit like that. She's cool. Yeah, that girl's alright. She's like really bad at this, but, you know, she really wanted to help you out. And that's when Reiko goes like, oh, fuck this bitch. And she runs into the room and just slaps her shit. And then they start fighting.
I feel like they read some Yuri show.
They were reading Yuri Yuri, which is a straight up real Yuri manga thing. Yeah. It's not like serious. It's more like shoujo ai. Like they're just kind of hanging out, and some of them are clearly in love with the other ones. But yeah, because it's not like actually super hardcore, regular like lesbian crap like some of the things I've seen. I've never been able to get into that kind of stuff. I don't know why. It's not my thing. Yuri Yuri is like a goofy thing, but it also has like girls love stuff in it. Cause like one girl's in love with another one and they're hanging out, shit like that. But like it's not reciprocated exactly. And yeah,
I was
so
not supposed to imply that probably before they started fighting.
No, there was that thing where fucking Kara and Aika become really good friends, and Reiko feels left out. That feels more like a genuine jealous lover thing. Because it's like he's mad that Aika and Karen are close and she's not involved. But then, like, she sees this as her moment to get close to Kimito, so she forgets about them. It's its own thing, and then he tries to cheer her up about that. But yeah, and then she brings up Aika and he goes like, "Oh, okay, I'll talk to her for you," and it's a whole thing. Which, by the way, I love that all the girls were trying to entertain Hakua when Kimito wasn't there. And then, like, when the maid comes in, they're like, "God, I guess we fucked up." And he was like, "Oh, hey, Hakua, how are you doing?" And she goes, "I'm hanging out with my friends." And they go like, "She called us her friends! Fuck yeah!" And I was like, I kind of imagine if she's hanging out with you guys, she is your friend. Because she could have just left. She didn't, though. But yeah, no. And then there's that part where they're... Oh, wait. I don't know if they did it in the show. But in the manga, there's literally a part where they're, like, reading Yuri Yuri. And then they're, like, they start, like, they spill the soda, and then they're just, like, half-dressed with each other.
Yeah, it happened in the show.
Happened in the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was more, like, intelligible as that.
That's what I meant. It wasn't the first fight.
Yeah, oh, because you said, and then they fought, and I'm like, the first one? I don't know. The first one seemed very explicitly about Kagurazaka. Like, it was Reiko getting mad that Aika was so close to him.
But they were on top of his bed twice, so...
Were they on top of his bed the second time? I thought they were on the floor the second time.
They're on his bed.
Okay.
Because then he goes in the room, it's just like...
Oh
boy,
this
dies.
is going on. Well, no, that's the first one. The first one, he sees them fighting, and he's like, I should do something, but thighs. And then the second time, he sees them half-dressed with the Yuri manga on the floor, and he goes, oh, this... Okay, I'm gonna just leave. And then they go, no, it's not like that. He's like, no, it's cool. It's cool.
I think you're right, yeah.
That's what I mean. I think you got those backwards, dude.
Yeah, I got them backwards.
But, yeah, I do love that. Man, he has a lot of things where he's just thinking about thighs.
Like when he tripped in his adopted sister.
Yep. He was like under her giant maid skirt. Oh man, I love that thing where like he's trying to explain how maids are like fake ass maids at maid cafes, and the girls are like, I don't get it. Why do you like this? And he's like, look, it's just a thing, okay? I don't know what to tell you. Because they're like, huh? So what do maids do in the common umbrella? It's like, well, they kind of hang out with you and they play games. And it's like, really? And I was like, yeah. It's like, oh, that's funny because our mates just kind of clean up. What do you mean by play games? It's like, well, you go to a place and you sit down and you eat and then they make food for you. It's like, cool. Wait, so is it that you like pay them to spend time with you? He's like, yeah. And you're like, I don't get that. He's like, shut up, okay? I don't know how to explain this to you. And I'm like, that man, does that feel right? That feels right. Like being a fucking weird ass otaku and trying to explain why things are okay with you is so difficult. It is not. You can't go up to like just anybody and go like, "Hey, have you seen Mamusu?" And they're like, "What?" Like Mamusu's not a thing you can just kind of explain away. And then like hope like everybody will get it. Like I don't. Nah, if you're here, you get it. But I don't feel like in the general terms, people get Mamusu. You know what I mean?
Like, the first line is just, like, a bunch of monster girls hanging out with one guy.
And they're all trying to fuck him. And it's not even subtle about it, because Ragna has a bunch of times where she, like, just straight up captures him and goes, let's have some time together. And then the centaur stops her. Like I wish I could say, oh, no, it's actually, like, very, very neat. Like, nah, man. It opens with like Mia pushing her chest into like the guy's face. Like, I can't even begin to like how to go. Like, I can't just say that to someone who's like, okay, so it's like a lamia and a centaur and a harpy and a spider person. And a mermaid, and they're all like living with this guy, and they're like really into him. And sometimes you see their boobs and stuff, but it's like that's not a thing you could just walk around. Ah, Crabman. Oh, Kayado, you hero. Crabman used to do porn. Never forget that, ladies and gentlemen. It's very obvious, but I want that to be clear. Crabman used to do porn. But yeah, man, like I feel like him having to explain the maids reminded me of a lot of times where like someone would ask me what I was reading, and I'd be like, it's just a thing, because I didn't want to have to go through the whole explanation.
Yeah.
Like I love Girls Saurus. I don't know how explaining it to people. I was like, okay, so there's this guy. He gets hit on by like a fat girl, and he goes like, oh no, and then she beats the shit out of him. So now he's terrified of women, and so nah, that's not a thing I can just fucking. Like, I just say I'm reading a thing, and that's kind of it. Because fuck going through all that. I don't have to, like, normalize my weird bullshit. You know? So that thing about, like... Cafe. Yeah, that's what I mean. The thing about explaining the maid cafe, and the girls going, that's dumb and weird, and him going, shut up! Like, that feels right. That feels real. That feels real for a guy who hangs out watching gay porn clips on Nico Nico Doga. That's why I'm gonna reiterate, I don't think he's the average person. Oh man, I forgot. Did Karen put him in like the weird Boston crab while he kept saying, you got me mad now? Yeah, right?
Yeah, she did.
Karen put him in a Boston crab, didn't she? Because I don't think she put him in an armbar. She's not Laura.
No armbar.
No, I think it was a Boston crab.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I forgot that. I just remember him going like, oh yeah, it's just a funny thing, and they go like, I don't get it. Why is it funny? It's like it's a thing. It's a form of fortune telling. It's not gay. Trust me. And then they put him in the fucking Boston crab.
You got me mad now.
yeah, do it. You got me mad now. Do it. You got me mad now. Fuck. Yeah. That's amazing. Man. I love that later Huck was the one who remembers that. She like hits her ass as like a weird poof sound, and she goes, you got me mad now. And they're like, yeah! He loves that weird gay shit. Oh man. He just yells at a little muscle sometimes, doesn't he? So that he doesn't get his dick cut off.
Oh, she has a giant pair of scissors.
That's what I said. She has like gardening shears. Like shit you use to cut bushes.
But they're over.
They're oversized.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not regular gardening shears. They're like the size of a person. Oh man, I forgot. So remember at the beginning when they get carried off with the fucking big muscly guys? It's because they thought he was gay. I don't think we said that.
Oh no, we didn't.
Because the reason they put him in the car with the big dudes like grappling him is like, oh, we would have thought you loved it. Or don't you love big muscly gay dudes? And he's like, what? No. And that's when they go, oh, well then I guess we have to castrate you. And he goes, I love muscles. Let me run that back real hard. No, I love muscles. Please don't cut off my dick. Please don't. Please. But yeah, I mean, and like there's a whole bunch of goofy adventures. I don't know if we want to go into each and everything. I pretty much picked everything I wanted to.
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
I do have one thing that's not exactly about the show, music-wise, you know? The ending theme, Twilight Kinide, I think? If you look at the cover for the single, it is aggressive. I mean it. Like, it has, Miyuki and, like, Eddie dressed in, like, thin string swimsuits. where it doesn't look like they're covering anything besides their nipples.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Hold on. Live research. I'm gonna send him a picture. Copy image. There we go. Copy image address. Here we go. Do 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 do. Here you go. Look at this shit.
No.
Yeah.
How'd they do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, who's the girl in white?
Eddie, the stupid the voice actress friend. Oh, I forgot Eddie was the voice actress. We didn't mention that.
Oh.
Yeah, his friend who like said he was gay.
Oh yeah.
Eddie, I remember for the longest time I just kept calling her bitch friend because I'm like every time she shows up, she makes things awful for him.
Yeah, she never helped.
Never really helps. But yeah. So apparently, when she was a kid, she had a very, very strange voice, and then like everybody picked on her, and then Kimito like defended her, and then he said, "I love your voice. It sounds like an anime character." And she was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah," and that's what made her become a voice actress.
Oh jeez.
So yeah, and yeah, so you see that cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at Miyuki on the left. Like that's nuts.
Jeez.
Actually crazy.
I guess they really wanted to sell it.
I don't know, man. I feel like you could have gone with regular stuff and no one would have minded. Like when they did the opening, it's all the girls just kind of standing around. There's not even like anything weird looking at it. I don't know why. I don't know why they went this far for the ending theme. But yeah, that's what happened. Although to be fair, the manga covers are always a girl just showing her underwear. So I don't think that's all that weird. Because the manga covers are first, it's just everybody making a little heart symbol. For like the first 5 or 7, I think. And then after that, it's just the girls showing their underwear. And it's like, okay. That's where we're going? It's like, yeah. Yeah, it is. For the manga, not the light novel. I don't know what the light novel was doing. Or shit, am I thinking of the light novel covers then? Are the light novel covers the people doing the hearts, and then the manga is the fucking,
Do you want to do more live research?
Or a lot of research is needed. Yeah! Yeah, I was right! The anime is the girls showing their underwear. I mean, the manga is the girls showing their underwear. I was super right! Ah, shit! Copy image address. Here we go. Check this out. What's funny about that is that this is the English cover, so you can't remove that. But in the Japanese thing, what they do is that's on a little slip of paper, and then you take off the slip of paper, it's just their underwear. Because Japan.
They have little pieces of paper.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have the packaging, it's like a little slip, you know?
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like when you buy a book and it comes with a dust cover.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
It's like that. Except it's like a little low one. As a matter of fact, I think I can find the Japanese cover right here. Yeah. Look, here's the Japanese cover of the first volume for the fucking manga. As you can imagine, it just gets worse.
Are they trying to, like, lead you on?
Aw, man! Here's a little slip cover with the one for the second volume. Yeah! Because I remember when I bought the Watamote, the first volume from Japan, like it had the little dust cover slippy thing. Where they're like, hey, so you know, some extra stuff. And there, see it? Like it has a little dust slippy cover. And then you pull it off and it's just their underwear. It's like, oh, okay, manga. And like, I think everyone has a cover.
Jeez, they're aggressive for this
that
aggressive show.
Yeah, aggressive for the not that aggressive thing. Fucking, it is nuts. I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, am I right in thinking that was a thing? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not wrong. I'm not a crazy person. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. God damn it. Here we go. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not crazy, right? Oh, maybe it's that. Maybe it's they were just doing the thing that the manga was already doing. They're like, fuck it, the manga's doing it, and the manga's selling like nuts. Let's keep it going. Give me more money.
Well, I guess if you don't use it to sell, you're doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they had a hot spring episode. Where he
guess
was
that's
just like
true.
dying.
I guess that's true.
Oh wait, and Kara kissed him.
Did she?
Yeah, but it was more like CPR and respiration.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that really counts. Oh, man. I just remembered, like, yeah, everyone has a cover. It's like Eddie has a cover, Hakuo has a cover, Miyuki has a cover, even though she's, like, not that important until the very end. But you gotta give it to him. It's like, wow, you really milked it for all you got.
People are into Miyuki.
I know, I think she's fun. I like that she's, like, super neat with him, and then the second that someone shows up, she's like, fuck it! Ah, dropkick!
I'm pretty sure his manga is for the mangaka though.
That's what I mean. I feel like when he says, the most average person, a fucking dirty Nichan Vipper. Like, I'm like, I don't know if he's average. And I'm like, wait, is that just like all his friends and him? Is that what he thinks? It's like, come on. When you really think about it, we're the majority. And I'm like, no, we're not. We're the biggest minority ever. We don't even have a racial, like, division or line. The only thing we have that splits all of us is that we laugh at pointless bullshit that no one cares about. Like 4chan is the place where all those stupid, fucking retarded memes are born because it's just a bunch of weird idiots sitting with each other. It's the lamest kid table ever. And yes, I'm part of it, but the point remains. I don't think they represent everybody. I don't think that's average. I don't think your average person watches gay porn clips that are like synced up to Running in the 90s from the fucking Initial D. I really don't think that. That's a thing. You think I'm fucking with you.
No, I know
not.
it's true. Initial D is like
I've super seen that. No, I mean that specifically. Because, like, all those stupid things he sees on Nico Nico Doga in the manga are real things. Dandy Sakano is real. Fucking, Matsuoka Shuzo is real. That gay porn thing is real. I've seen that thing before. I didn't watch the actual gay porn, but I've seen people use the clip of, like, and that's why I specifically said the Running in the 90s one, because I saw that. It's like how with Vines you always see those two dudes in a Spider-Man costume hitting each other. Like, I don't know where that came from, but it's from somewhere and people just been using it. The Running in the 90s like weird ass slap for the gay porn thing is a thing I actually saw. And that's why I'm like, I don't think that represents everybody. I don't think you could put that out there and everyone's like, we recognize this as part of our collective zeitgeist. Our universal culture. I really don't think that's true.
But it did sell well, right? Show me.
Yeah, it did. But I mean, like,
was he right?
I feel like it sold well amongst people like us, is what I'm saying.
Okay, that's true.
I don't know if it sold well, like, insofar that, I can say gets to anyone on the street and they know what I'm talking about. Know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like this is most anime. So. Besides
No. I don't mean like, I mean like fight things. You can go to somebody and like, fucking, like at a anime convention and just say a stupid fight thing.
Like,
and they understand. Yeah, and they'll know what you're talking about. I don't think they'll get mad. I think they just go like, ugh. But they know what you're talking about. I don't think I can go to somebody and go like, alright, listen, I'm standing in negative 10-degree water getting clams. Never give up! Like, I don't think people would know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, that's such a specific thing. Like, I feel like if I say B movie script, people know what I'm talking about. but I don't think I can say like literally anything. And then they know what I'm talking about, you know? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like we are a minority group in our own way, but even so far as to say we are a larger minority. We're like the minority of the minority group. You know what I mean?
So we're like... Wait,
Stupid losers on computers.
We're super subculture. Okay.
We're super subculture. Yeah! We're the underculture. Below the subculture.
Below Sub-Zero.
If the subculture is like the sewer, we're the weird lizard men who live under the sewer in caves.
Jeez.
Look, man, I'm just saying.
We're part of the lizard society now. Okay.
We're part of the lizard people. We are the Anunnaki. Yeah, see, I say that. I don't think everyone knows what the fuck the Anunnaki are, but you do.
Will Smith does. No, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg believes in the Anunnaki. That good save. Good save. Will Smith believes in Lord Xenu. Completely different things. But alright, there. Scientology's on TV now. So, like, see, that makes more sense. But I don't think the Anunnaki is as much anymore. So, yeah. Alright, I think we're good now, right?
Yeah.
Food.
So, I was thinking, where you made out references to Inazuki Kyoto, the girls are not that aggressive.
They're not as aggressive now.
So, can't call it a cake. Because it's not that sweet.
I don't know. He has a lot of romance with the girls individually. Like, even Hakuo, like, he doesn't look at it that way, but Hakuo sure does.
So wait, you just call it a cake then?
I would say it's sweet, but I would say that the narrative isn't dense enough to deserve cake. How about a macaroon?
Yeah.
Right? It's like really sweet. You get most of it in small bits. There's a lot of different flavors you could get.
Some are better than
others. Some of them are colorful. You know? There's a really pretty look to this show.
Yeah, all the girls have different colors.
Yeah, they all got whole new gimmicks. Macaroon?
I don't know. It's macaroon's light, right?
What?
Macaroons are light, right? Like they're not too.
They're super light. Are you kidding me? Like they basically turn to dust when you chew it. Cause it's mostly meringue. It's meringue between two very, very thin biscuits. Usually made from almonds.
Isn't this show more about like the board culture?
Is it about board culture or is the main guy board culture?
The main guy's board culture.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the show is about board culture. Also, I would say macaroons are incredibly popular in Japan and Vietnam. Because it's French. They're like colorful and they're like everywhere. I don't feel like every old regular person eats macaroons. I feel like you go out of your way to get them at a specialty shop. Which, you know, kind of describes the sense of humor here. You gotta go out of your way to get it.
Okay. So I guess in this context, it kind of works.
Yeah, this is just an overall macaroon.
And it's also fancy.
It's also fancy, so fancy. Look at all those girls.
Yeah.
So fancy. They built a theme park that's just a regular mall. Still amazed at that.
They replicated his room perfectly.
Replicated his room
That means
perfectly.
they didn't buy the manga.
Oh no, wait, I don't think... shit. Is it macaroon or macaron? I forget.
You're talking about the thing that looks like a little...
Little patty, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
The
macaroon.
Okay. So I've never actually heard anyone say it. I've only seen them. I've eaten them. Where I was like, hey, could I have like some of those? And they're like, cool. I just put them in a bag. Okay. Well. Okay. So is that it?
Yeah, I think Macaroons good.
Well, shit. That was fast. Again, we are getting better at this with time.
I feel like most of the episode was just talking about word culture jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna die on that hill. I don't think he represents the general populace because he's a board culture weirdo. I love him because I'm also a board culture weirdo.
But everyone else probably is like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't think most people fucking fully look at him and go like, Dandy Sakano, oh yeah. Like, I don't know. Because you didn't recognize Dandy Sakano, right?
No.
You didn't see that and go like, oh shit, I remember that. Like, I don't feel like that's a thing. That's like talking about Vivian James off of 4chan. Like, I don't think people know what the fuck we're talking about.
Or Chad.
Or if you're not talking, if you don't know what incels are, then Chad and Stacy doesn't make sense to you. This is how Chad walks. This is how incel walks. I love that drawing, man. Remember his fucking weird giant scoopy hair? Like, Chad walk with confidence because he has big dick. And I'm like, what is going on? Although, you know what? If you've listened to our Inazuki Kyote episode, then you know a bit of... No, wait. Hajimete no Gyaru, right?
Yeah.
That's why I brought it up. If you listen to the Hajimete no Gyaru episode, then that means you know a bit about incels. Oh, man. I feel like we took a lot of tangents in this one.
Yeah. Because, I'll be honest, the show... Like, the jokes were funny, but... Didn't really hit too hard.
Don't have much to say about it.
Yeah. It's like,
It's
if you get the joke, good.
Yeah,
Like
if you don't...
What's the 4-panel thing called again?
Young Koma.
Yeah, Young Koma.
Yeah, it does feel like a Young Koma. Insofar that the jokes are hit or miss. Yeah. Alrighty, well, that's Manga Palate, and, I mean, you know, if you're still listening, you get it.
Yeah, you guys get it. Well, we could have ended the episode a lot earlier, but...
Shut up! Shut up! We could have... I've said that 3 times today. Okay, bye.